yo. Ah! What the fuck is good, baby? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all living, man? Welcome back, baby. Welcome back to the fucking stream. Oh, man, it is so good to see all beautiful faces. Yo, threadguy, can you give thoughts on Zora leaving base, pivoting and going to Seoul? I would give thoughts if I care. It's like, nah, it is on the list for the end of the day. Welcome back to the fucking stream. We got an important stream today. I'm gonna be honest. Look, I was about to show up today, head to toe in a China fit with a Chinese flag in the back, but I made a business executive decision and decided to keep it PG in case we ever have to leave the country and live there at some point in the immediate future. So I figured I was gonna keep my digital footprint clean for today at the very least, and we'll cross that bridge. We'll enter that country when the time comes. Welcome back to the fucking stream. Yeah, quick fit check real quick. Ball numbers, no. It's that Mog shit. Yes, sir. It's that Mog shit. It's that Mog shit. And today's a very important stream. Today's a very, social credit score plus 100. It's a very important stream today. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into today. I'm not going to waste time at the beginning. Tim Cook is China Maxing today as well. So welcome back. Roll call, baby. Roll call. Roll call. Roll call. Blind gray squirrel. I thought I'd say blind gay squirrel. What's good, baby? Kevin, what's good? Call Money, what's good? Seth, Rectal Glizzy, Wavy, Digi Money, Nick Crypto, Raspberry Pi, Yo Caleb, it's Blake, what's good? Teo, what's good? What's good, Dro? What's good? The Fluid with the sub. Thank you, Tom Brady. What's good? You see that video of Tom Brady throwing the fucking football across the Oscars or whatever? That shit was a movie. It was like 500 people, the richest people in the world, and Tom Brady's throwing a dart and a full suit across the ballroom. Digimoney, Poca, what's good? DMX, what's good? Live the Life TV, what's good? Viblet was first chatter. I saw it. Jackson Ray, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right. Moncock Maxi, what's good? He hit a TV. No. He threw a dime, bro. He threw a dime. Sai, what's good? He threw a dime. Taroni, what's good? Cole, what's good? All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you are watching on Twitter or YouTube and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. What about the MJ video? Oh. We should do a cultural episode soon. We'll do a cultural episode. It's not great. Okay, it's not great. I think low Kirkuinly, there was an explanation for why he did what he did in that video. I think I've heard. I'm not gonna die on that hill. But high Kirkuinly, I heard a couple explanations as to why he did what he did. I think the kid had ice in his shirt. Now, not great. We'll cover that one later, I think. I mean, look, it's a bad look. You just pierced your ears. I've had an earring since I was like 14. So like, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. First and foremost, Happy New Year, Chinese New Year today. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on YouTube and you would like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. Let me go on and retweet this tweet real quick. And all right, I'm gonna keep the intro shit light today, and we're just gonna go straight into topics. But I do want to say tomorrow is in fact my surgery day. No, not my surgery day. My surgery checkup. I have my first checkup tomorrow. So if you fuck with me, if you love me, I have a checkup tomorrow. And they're gonna tell me what to do. So happy Chinese New Year. Make a Chinese prayer for me, and if you love me, wish me some luck for tomorrow. Okay, that's first and foremost. Wish me some luck for tomorrow, because it's gonna be really tough to get a date with my shoulders in a fucking sling. You know, I'm not picking up any dates with a fucking bunk ass shoulder. So wish me luck. Be good to me, and we have some really exciting topics to talk about today. All right, let's just get into it. First thing I saw today, and this is honestly, you ain't washing your hair? Okay, wait, let's back up real quick. I'm going to be honest. I think I have the best looking hair I've had in a long time right now. I feel like I look the best I've looked in a while. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my face looks clean. My hair looks clean. I feel like I look the best I've looked in a while, low key. Bro said we're just not washing our hair. Bro, I'm washing this shit like 6 days a week. What do you want from me? I'm washing my shit because here's the thing. I'll tell you real quick why we're doing this. I'm about to start posting IG Reels. And I gotta look crazy. I gotta be full looks maxing on the IG reels. Also, what are you doing? Putting on your skin that's looking good. Know what the trick is? I stopped washing my face. I stopped putting shit on my skin. When I was looking my worst, by the way, it wasn't anything other than the fact that I was washing my face too damn much. I was washing my face like 10 times a day. I was fucking airing my shit out. I was washing my face 10 times a day. My shit looked crazy. It was flushed the fuck out. And so, all right, let's just get right into it because there's a lot every single day. There's a lot happening. There's a lot going on. And before we get into some of the major topics, okay? Before we get into some of the major topics, the first thing I saw today that blew my mind, okay, is that we now have the technology live and implemented to allow dead people to continue posting on social media. Okay? Dead people are going to be posting on social media until the end of time. Okay? And here's what I'm talking about. Is yesterday, Meta, aka formerly known as Facebook, made an announcement. Okay? And the announcement reads as such. Meta has patented an AI that can keep a deceased person's account active, running, posting, messaging, and video calling by using their user behavior from past data. Okay, so Meta comes out and basically makes this announcement and says that we have created an AI that is solely focused on allowing dead people to continue posting on social media as if they're alive. Okay, and the first thing I think about when I think about this is one, dead internet theory is real, no pun intended. And two, I don't think this is very hard to do. Because think about it. Everybody is terminally online. Most people that you are seeing their life and what they're doing on socials and that you are mutuals with, you're not actually seeing these people, right? Like how many people do you see on an IG story once a week, but you haven't seen in multiple years? It's most people, okay? And the reason this is freaky is one, we just know for a fact that the AI is good enough to game this, right? Like we just know it's gotten to the point where AI writing is good enough to copy post. Everyone's retarded anyways. Nobody writes well anyways. So it's not very hard to replicate people's posting. But the thing that is freaky about this is that the video has gotten so good where you could recreate IG stories, you could recreate IG reels, you could recreate TikToks. And so the first thing I think about is this Stranger Things video that went super viral a couple weeks ago. It's the only thing I can think about. Watch this video. Watch this video and think about the implications of this. I mean, can you tell that's not really her? Would you be able to tell that's fake from a 5-second IG reel? Honestly, would you be able to tell that that's fake from a 5-second IG story? The answer is absolutely not. Okay. And so honestly, what this means is right now, there could be mutuals on your Instagram or on your Facebook or on your Twitter that are not actually posting and haven't been for months, and they look alive and healthy and dandy to you. And now, maybe there's some genuine use case that comes with this, which is like, okay, one of your parents unfortunately passes away. You love your parents. Your parent has like an important position where they're a therapist or they're a poet or they're a writer, and they post daily comics, and people get a lot of value from them. People find a lot of solace in the content that they put out. People are interested in what they have to say, and their life lives on social media, and it's happy, and you could cherish them, and you could give them an air hug, and it serves an important need for the world. Okay, rest in peace to your mother, and happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to her. Rest in peace to your mother, Alex NGMI. May she rest easy. Seriously, maybe there is a positive use case for this, but the only thing you can think about is a dystopian Black Mirror ass outcome here where this is being used only for bad. Okay, this is going to be used only for bad. And now, This right here is where this gets really fucking freaky. Okay? If you didn't think the announcement was weird, this story gets terrifyingly freaky. Okay? And we go back to February 23rd, 2023, almost 3 years ago on the dot, to an anonymous 4chan post that I remember very vividly at the time went viral and has since been resurfaced and gone extremely viral. Now, listen to what I'm about to read you, okay? Because this is fucking freaky. Listen to what I'm about to read you. I'm a meta insider working on Project Lazarus. We're building an AI that can actually, let me open this in a new tab. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, listen to what I'm about to read you. Really listen. February 23rd, 2023. And it reads as such. I'm a meta insider, Meta Facebook, working on Project Lazarus. We're building an AI that can take over a deceased person's social media accounts and continue making relevant posts as if that person is still alive. This includes age process photos, interacting with other people's content, and everything else needed so that person continues on in the digital realm after physical death. We were originally told this would be a service offered to people struggling with the loss of loved ones and people who had missing children. So you can imagine some maybe good outcome, but it takes a fucking turn. Seemed like a decent idea. Things are getting weird now, and I'm having second thoughts about what this is actually going to be used for. The AI is extremely capable of impersonating people. It doesn't take as much initial input as one might think to train the AI how a person interacts with the digital world. It's very convincing. An entire island of people could go missing with little to no downtime. The AI could take over all of their social media, and the world wouldn't have a clue that life wasn't just continuing as usual. A lot of the project is becoming more compartmentalized. Things have taken a dark turn, it feels like. They've forbidden communication between people working on different things. Something isn't right, and I don't know what I should do. I'm not going to post any personally identifiable information, but I will try to answer questions that won't expose my role within the project. Anonymously posted February 23rd, 2023. And this post came out and everybody said, oh, this guy's crazy. This is fake. This isn't real. This is a Reddit troll. And then 3 years later, almost on the dot, Meta comes out and officially announces the project that will allow dead people to post on social media as if they are real. And I don't even think you can trick yourself into pretending this has any outcome other than being used for harm, for crime, to hide up crime, to cover crime. I mean, it's kind of ironic that the word island, an entire island of people, is used in this anonymous post from 2023. And we are now in the middle, in the depth of the Epstein Island files, where there was all types of missing people and malpractice. Look, I don't really know, but the only takeaway you can really have from this is that while AI has incredible benefits and is probably going to make the world a better place amongst many verticals, at the same time, there is a very dark underlying belly here. And you gotta kind of be weary and question everything that gets launched, because we are rapidly approaching a future that I think is already here, where you don't know if what you saw on social media is real. Okay, you don't know if the tweet was written by the person. You don't know if the video or the picture is real or AI. You don't know if the voice, the person on the other line of your cell phone, is actually them or if it's an AI. And now you don't even know if the person you're talking to is alive. So look, incredible advancements are being made every day, but there is weird shit coming out from some of these frontier labs. And after the last year, honestly, after the last year, especially after the Epstein files, the conspiracy theorists can never be called crazy again. You can't call a conspiracy theorist crazy ever for the rest of your life. Ever. You can't. Like, you ever. For the rest of your life, you just can't. Even the flat earthers, bro. Even the flat earthers deserve, like, a fucking break. You can never call the conspiracy theorists crazy again. It's crazy that 4chan has front run basically everything that's happened weird culturally over the next couple years, or over the last couple years. And yeah, this shit is kind of terrifying. So that's what was announced today from Meta. And I can't help but get this weird feeling in my chest about it. So I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Honestly, what do y'all think? Drop the conspiracy. Just theorists. By the way, I agree. Fucking freaky. Bro, I don't. If I had a relative, by the way, if I had a relative that passed away, I don't want that shit anywhere near social media. Ever. Ever, bro. Ever. I don't want my relatives anywhere near social media if they're dead. Brutal. It's like there's more evil use cases than a good one. I know. It's kind of grim, but what's the trade? What is the trade? What is the trade, actually? I don't know. Long better help. I was going to say, like, long mental health therapy, but it's just going to get replaced by LLMs. What is the trade? Actually, I don't know what the trade is there. Bitcoin? What's the trade? Maybe it's... You know what it is? Maybe it's WorldCoin. Proof of humanity. What if it's WorldCoin? So he said, look at the video I just sent. All right, let me see. Let me pull it up real quick. And then I have a big time segment for you guys. Brother, you sent me a dead link. Kind of whack. Bro, maybe it's WorldCoin. He said, can't tell if it's AI. Is that real? Is that real? Chat, yes or no? Is that real? She can't be that funny, bro. Oh, the foot. The foot. Look at the foot. Look at the foot. Look at the foot. Dude, you know what the fucking trade is? It's WorldCoin, brother. Scan your eyes. Proof of reality. It's WorldCoin. There's an alternate universe where WorldCoin is the most valuable piece of technology that's ever been created, except it's a piece of shit beta cuck proxy to like the proxy of the proxy of the proxy of OpenAI, and it's absolute garbage. It's like the greatest idea of all time, and it's just completely fucked. All right, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. Today is another very... Oh, wait, let me escape out of this real quick. Hold on. Damn, it's world, bro. It should be WorldCoin. How is it not WorldCoin? How could it not be WorldCoin? It's crazy. It's honestly sad that it's not WorldCoin. It's sad that it's not WorldCoin. We fake your dead parents and protect from AI fakes. All right. Another boring day in the crypto markets and a electric day in the AI world, okay? And today is a particularly unique and exciting day, my friends. Particularly unique and exciting day, my friends, because today is Chinese New Year. First and foremost, it's Chinese New Year. One more time, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, first and foremost. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Say it in English, say it in Chinese, say it in Mandarin. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Look, Tim Cook said it, so it's okay to say it. Now, we spent a lot of time talking about US models, Chinese models, US models versus Chinese models, okay? And basically what I have concluded is that China is terrifyingly close on the AI front to the United States. And on every other trackable, measurable vertical as a country, they're absolutely blowing us out of the fucking water. And I am not sure if this was common knowledge. And if it was common knowledge, it was not common to me. Okay? It was not common to me. Okay? I live in the US. I'm patriotic as fuck. I love my country. And being an American living in America for 24 years, you basically just assume US #1 and nobody can ever even come close, okay? And so what we did is we ran the numbers, we ran the data, we pulled the metrics, and we realized it is actually very fucking close and somebody can come close. And so on the Chinese New Year and amidst all of this AI controversy, I present to you China maxing.
Barely known outside the Communist Party, Xi is about to become one of the most powerful men on the planet.
All right, you get the idea. I think that right now, this topic is one of, if not the most important things we could possibly talk about right now. Okay? Because our market is, as we understand it, basically fully dependent and propped up on the success of AI. Okay? And a huge percentage of the success of AI is propped up on this idea that we are in a global intelligence arms race against China, okay? And everywhere you look, all of the smart people are saying AI will win because China or the US is not willing to jeopardize being #1 in the race to intelligence, right? Because there's this idea that whoever achieves artificial general intelligence, AGI first, is just going to have infinite exponential prosperity and they are just going to win, okay? And the race is really close on the AI front, which I'm about to dive into. And it is not close anywhere else and probably not in the direction that you would like if you were an American watching this video, okay? And so the first place we're going to start, as we obviously have a lot, is I'm not sure that this is common knowledge. Like, I wasn't really aware that this was happening. And what I mean when I say I wasn't aware this was happening is that the Chinese AI models are completely on par, if not superior, to the US models and are dominating us in usage right now. So look, this is the model rankings, okay, by LLM leaderboard, by the most popular models, okay? #1, Minimax M2.5 Chinese usage. #2, Kimi 2.5 Chinese. #3, Gemini 3 American. #4, GLM5 Chinese. #5, DeepSeek 3.2 Chinese. Okay, 4 out of the top 5 AI models by global usage are Chinese. Okay, look at this chart, brother. Look at this chart. This is usage of the models. In gray, after February 9th, is Minimax 2.5. It is dominating, brother. It is absolutely dominating. Here is Google Trends on Chinese AI. It is completely up only, okay? And this chart, very interesting. A lot of charts to start here, but watch. China versus the West on AI model benchmarks. Okay. And the thing that jumps out here as relatively terrifying is this right here. API pricing. Okay. Opus 4.5, Opus 4.6, which we all use. Minimax 2.5 Chinese, GLM 5 Chinese. Per million tokens, Opus 4.6 is $5. Okay. Per million tokens, Minimax 2.5 is 27 cents. It's like 20x cheaper. And then per million tokens, GLM 5 is $1. Okay. And so not only are the Chinese models winning usage right now, they're being used more than any American model, but they're also open source. Okay. They're open source. And so you can run these locally for basically free. They're fully private. You can get off these servers. You can stop sharing your data. You can download, you can run these open source models that are on par with the private models. You can run them locally on your device. And there's no way to really cut it other than to say that they're going to eat into the profits of Anthropic, eat into the profits of OpenAI, eat into the profits of Google. Okay. And I mean, what's basically happened here? Look, this is open weights versus proprietary. So this is black. In black is the American private models. In blue is the open source Chinese models. And this is the artificial analysis intelligence index. Basically, how good are they? And bro, it is fucking close. It is fucking close. Look at where we are right now. Look at where we are right now in February 2026. It is basically equivalent as far as intelligence and 20x cheaper. Okay. And so, I mean, we've been talking about AI every day for 3 weeks. I had no idea it was this close. No clue. And so it raises the question of how are they able to do this? How are they able to do this? How are they able to open source these models for substantially cheaper amounts and basically be on par with what the US is putting out? I thought the US was supposed to be dominant. I thought the US was supposed to just be winning. Okay, that's the narrative, at least inside the United States, is that we're dominating AI. We're ahead. We have the tech. Nobody else can compete. Okay, and there's basically a debate. And the debate is China, with their AI researchers in the frontier labs, making genuine tech improvements that we have not made? Like, are they making breakthroughs with less resources and actually making improvements on their models? Or are they just stealing everything from the US? That's the debate. Okay. And as you can imagine, the take of Sam Altman from OpenAI and Dario from Anthropic and Demnis from Google, from DeepMind, the takes from the frontier CEOs building these labs in America is that China is stealing everything from the US and they haven't actually built anything. They are incapable of really doing anything. The takes from all the other smart people in America is like, it actually seems like there might have been some technical breakthroughs here, and this is really concerning. Okay? And you kind of have to assume the longer we go on here by making an innovation, China catches up open source, making an innovation, China catches up open source, making an innovation, China catches up open source, you sort of lose some legitimacy on the takes of they're just stealing everything. And so here's a tweet from Chamath. And he's basically saying here that he's basically arguing that there is a technical breakthrough being had here. And now this is Chamath. He's saying, the technical breakthrough here was their novel approach to reward modeling. Rather than using complex neural reward models that can lead to reward hacking, they developed a clever rule-based system that combines accuracy rewards with format rewards. Chamath is arguing that China's making breakthroughs on the model side. And Chamath runs the All In podcast. And Chamath runs the All In podcast with David Sachs, who is the AI and crypto czar and Trump's right-hand man. He basically runs AI in the United States. And so if Chamath has the take that China is making genuine technical breakthroughs, you sort of have to assume that they are making genuine technical breakthroughs. And now, if that is true, which it seems like it's more true than it's not, everything that we are discussing about there being a arms race and a national security risk from the United States of America to beat China specifically in the race to AGI, artificial general intelligence, aka AI that is smarter than us and can make itself smarter and can grow itself. By all intents and purposes, that is happening, and we are going to have to throw, we as in the United States, as in the United States military, is going to have to throw infinite money at AI to make sure we beat China. Because here's the thing. The government threw infinite money at building the internet in the early 2000s. But winning the internet was not this gold rush to winning the world. It wasn't the case that if China built the internet better than us, we were going to lose, global power status. That is most definitely the case with AI. Okay. And so there is this very famous, there's two clips that are very famous. Okay. The first one I don't have, but I'm just going to explain it to you. It was like 4, 5, 6 months ago. Sam Altman goes on a podcast with Brad Gerstner, and Brad Gerstner asks him a very simple question. And the question was along the lines of, you have committed over the next decade multiple trillions of dollars in CapEx spending. Okay, you've committed to spend trillions of dollars to build up these data centers, to Oracle as part of these partnerships, as part of NVIDIA built, to committing to buying chips. You've committed trillions of dollars. You're doing single-digit billions in revenue. How are you going to achieve that delta? And Sam Altman responds, and he basically says something along the lines of, Brad, if you would like to sell your OpenAI shares, I'm very confident we can get you a buyer. What? Wait, but Sam, how are we going to get you? Brad, if you want to sell, I have a buyer. I have a buyer. And so all of a sudden, everybody was like, wait. It felt like the music stopped. It felt like the music stopped, and everybody was like, wait. OpenAI is not the only AI lab in America that has committed way more money than they're doing in revenue. Are we all just drinking the Kool-Aid and there's no way for any of this to get paid off? It was a very sobering moment, I feel, in the AI land. And so fast forward a little bit, and the CFO of OpenAI, on a very famous clip, goes on CNBC and says this.
This is where we're looking for an ecosystem of banks, private equity, maybe even governmental, the ways governments can come to bear. Meaning,
it's very important what she just said. Governments.
Maybe even governmental, the ways governments can.
AKA, the government is going to fucking bail us out because their hands are tied. They have no choice, and we've put them in a spot because this is a national security risk. She's saying this publicly. The CFO of OpenAI.
Can come to bear.
Meaning like a federal subsidy or something?
Meaning like, just first of all, the backstop, the guarantee that
government backstop. She just said the words, government backstop. Okay, which means we can't pay it, but they can and they will.
Allows the financing to happen. That can really drop the cost of the financing, but also increase the loan to value, so the amount of debt that you can take on top of an equity portion for
some federal backstop for chip investment.
Exactly. And I think we're seeing that. I think the US government in particular has been incredibly forward-leaning.
So this is a very important clip because it really describes how these labs are thinking about it. Okay, they're spending massive amounts of money, and it's very not unclear how they are going to make these contracts work, right? Like it's very, very, very unclear where they're going to get it from. It's very unclear where they're going to get it from. And so they basically come out and are like, the government is going to backstop us. Okay. And then David Sachs, who's the AI czar, immediately goes to the All In podcast and says that is absolutely not going to happen. Okay. The United States government is not going to backstop these contracts. We are not going to fulfill these contracts. And they either figure out how to get the money or they fucking don't. Okay. David Sachs, the AI czar. That's what he says. And I'm here to tell you right now that they absolutely are going to backstop. They have no fucking choice. Okay? Look at what we just covered, brother. Look at what we just covered. This is usage of AI models, and this is Minimax. Okay? It's the most used model, and it's 20 times cheaper. Okay? They are absolutely going to backstop. Okay? And my takeaway from this is that not only is the arms race for superintelligence between China and the US happening, but we are arguably losing. We're definitively losing in every single vertical, except for AI, where you could say we are arguably losing. It is terrifyingly close. And the United States basically has been given no choice but to throw infinite money behind the AI capex and build out in the United States to ensure we stay one step ahead. Okay? And extrapolate that a couple layers forward. And my take on this is like, send it, brother. That's how it reads to me, is fucking send it. An AI 2027, this article that we will cover at some point in the near future, it basically predicts the progression and the growth of artificial intelligence from early 2025 into like 2030. Okay. And the reason it's gotten a lot of motion, the reason it's a popular article is because it came out in April 2025 and it's basically predicted through February 2026 where we are right now, almost perfectly. Okay. And one of the things it talks about is that China is going to put huge military efforts and funding towards stealing the American AI weights, in which they successfully do. And the US is given no choice but to lock down our models entirely and basically build out AI as a proxy to the military. It's a military weapon, right? Trump came out the other day and said we use Claude in the capture of Maduro. And so we basically have no choice but to lock these models down. China is putting out open source AI models that are essentially equivalent for all intensive purposes to what we are putting out. And I don't know, is the entire world just going to be using China models that are open source with China influences? Like, it's accelerating really, really, really fast. And so who knows how it plays out long term? But short term, this is so obviously the focus of the United States government and the United States military, which is that we cannot lose the arms race for superintelligence against China. Now, this segment gets absolutely terrifying when we start with AI and it's like, okay, we're winning. We level up, they catch us. We level up, they catch us. We level up, they catch us. We're doing great if you just compare the US to China on AI. Now, when we compare the US to China on everything else, it is horrifying. Okay? It is horrifying. And the first place that we go is manufacturing, where there is just no other word to describe US versus China than sheer dominance, brother. Like, sheer dominance. 2019 LSU, sheer dominance. And I'm going to be honest, once again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is common knowledge, okay? If it was common knowledge, it was not common to me, and definitely the scale in which this knowledge applies was not common to me, okay? And I think it's important that we cover this, because the only narrative I'm seeing being pushed more and more and more and more and more and more and more is China, US, AI at the top. And so we kind of have to understand what we're working with here, right? And so look at these stats. Shipbuilding output 2024. Commercial vessels built. China, 1,000. The US, 8. 8. We built 8 ships to their 1,000. 8. 8 ships to their 1,000. Okay? Chinese drone dominance. China versus the rest of the world. Okay? If you put China, if every country in the entire world worked together to produce as many drones as possible against China, we would still be getting destroyed by a large amount. US drone market, 90%. US military drone components, 50 to 80%. Global drone market, 70% against the rest of the world. Every country in the world could combine and only do drones, and we're still losing. Okay? And then this is a crazy one, which is China's critical mineral control, sheer dominance. And if you think back to 1010, right? What happened on 1010? Crypto got destroyed. But why did crypto get destroyed? From what I've read, right? Xi from China threatened to stop exporting rare earth metals to the US without some like special licenses. And there was all this discussion about the rare earth metals. The US can't produce any. China's threatening them, and the market's fucking panicked. The market's panicked because we realized we were legitimately at the mercy of whether or not they want to export these minerals and these assets to us at fair value. And if they don't, we are in a completely difficult spot. And now, this right here brings me to a realization. Okay? It brings me to a realization. And the realization is that I now understand why every smart person in the world seemingly has been pushing this thesis of bits to atoms. Okay? And if you are watching on YouTube, you don't watch our stream, and you've never heard the bits to atoms thesis, the bits to atoms thesis is basically as this. The last 30 years and some change of prosperity in the world and in markets specifically has been the build out of software, specifically in America, right? All of the trillion, all the billion, trillion dollar businesses and companies are all software businesses, okay, that happen in the cloud, okay? It's things like social media, it's things like Google, it's things like Facebook, it's things like, Snapchat, whatever, right? It's basically all been cloud-based software companies, Shopify and Spotify, and it's all software build out, okay? And the US absolutely dominated software, okay? And the thesis is basically, as software gets commoditized, there's going to be a hyper transition to focusing on atoms, okay? Atoms basically being the industrial build out, okay? The factories in the physical, in real world ability to produce things, okay? That's the idea of bits to atoms. And everyone's been talking about bits to atoms on my feed, and I'm like, I don't get it, 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 I don't get it. Well, I get it, okay? I get it. I get bits to atoms, okay? And China is like the definition of bits to atoms, okay? And think about it like this, is that for the last, I don't know what, like 30 years, okay, the US has hyper-focused on building out software, like I just said. It's all been software. It's all been code, okay? And we've dominated. Our industrials have not improved at all over this time because we've been prospering, right? America's been fucking prospering. Stock market's been prospering. And there's been this beautiful tech boom that's all happened in the cloud, okay? At the same time, China basically didn't play the internet software game at all. It was all American build outs and then the rest of the world using it, okay? At the same time, China hyper-focused on industrials. Everything is produced in China, okay? As we just went through all of the stats, everything's produced in China. They have a complete monopoly over the ability to make physical things. They have a complete monopoly over the atoms thing, okay? This hasn't mattered, or if anything, has been a bottleneck for the last 30 years. But AI has gotten so good, and we've basically come to this conclusion on stream that because software engineers no longer have to write code, okay, and these AI models are so good that is writing all software, probably for the inevitable future, software is now commoditized, okay? Software is now open sourced. Software is now a commodity, Okay, these LLMs are also a commodity. They're now a commodity. They're infinitely interchangeable. Essentially, for all intents and purposes, anybody can build whatever at an equal playing field. Okay, software is now a commodity, and then the bottleneck becomes the industrial side, right? If software is a commodity, the bottleneck now becomes the ability to be independent, the ability to produce things, the ability to build things, and the ability to own the physical infra stack, which the United States has none of, basically none of. And China has all of it. And I didn't really get the bits to atoms thing. Like, I'm like, why is everybody talking about this? Why is everybody talking about this? And it now can be looked at through the lens of if software is free and the US has basically dominated markets for the last 30, 40 years on the back end of selling software, which no longer has proprietary value, we need to hurry up and build the industrial side. But the problem is we haven't paid any attention or made any developments on the industrial side for the whole duration of us prospering on the cloud side. And then boom, LLMs get incredible, software is commoditized, and now what? Well, now what is we are sort of at the mercy of China's independence. And what I've never really understood about this global conflict that I now understand is that we are kind of stuck here. Like, we can't break away from, the US can't break away from China at all. It can't happen. The US cannot break away from China. And so I watched this video that's pretty terrifying. Okay, it's a terrifying video that you need seriously to understand. Like, if we were ever to get in a military conflict with China, we are at the mercy of them. I mean, watch this. Watch this video real quick. Oh, is it broken? Oh wait, I can just pull it. I can just pull it. Here it is.
Because he
okay, watch this video.
ends up catching up to you in ways you don't expect. Additionally, if there's any every difference of opinion, you know, right now, the U.S. has the largest military, of course, and they spend a ton of the
We could not get in an actual military conflict with China. Watch this.
military, and we have, at the highest level, incredible tech in the military. But, you know, USA goes through military contractors, let's say like Northrop Grumman or Raytheon or whatever. These guys squeeze out a huge amount of their, you know, they have a massive margin they make. And even their highest tech stuff, which is unique to the US, you know, one level below that, they're outsourcing everything to China. And so right now, like literally you can see that like.
The US has contracts with US military companies that get all of their materials and physical infra to build out from China.
Like out of 100 things made in the military, there's like 80. The process is traced back to China. And so if there were a conflict, you know, these factories get cut off. And that's fun. Like that, then suddenly you can't make the basic things. You can't make a huge amount of drones or bullets or a lot of like the basic shit that you need to make is all been outsourced or the minerals that go into missiles. It's all sourced in China. That's the problem that they're now realizing and why they're panicking. And I'm not saying, look, I've said from the beginning, if the Trump tariff plan was, I don't even say Trump because he can't do this at any world because he doesn't have the fucking diplomatic experience. But let's say the plan was like, hey, we're going to contact all of our long-standing allies in NATO, in Europe, in Japan, in Korea, in Australia. These people that make up 80% of the world economy. We're going to collectively form some sort of trade bargain that has a low percent tariff on rare earth mineral export things from China, like 3%. And we're all going to be part of the same deal. It's USA plus Europe, plus Japan, plus Australia, plus everyone, okay? We're going to do 3% on Chinese rare earth stuff just to make it more attractive to take it out of the country. And then every year we're going to up that by 1%. It's going to go 3 to 4 to 5. Just to slowly make a strong, stable incentive to like reshore some important manufacturing. This would have worked. This would have been incredibly strong and powerful. And Europe would have liked it too.
So I got the main take across, which is like, we are basically now in this spot while the US dominated the 2000s, and the US dominated the 2000s in the cloud. Okay. We are now at the spot where we are at the mercy of China's ability to produce things and give them to us. There's one more video here I want to watch. Also, one more time, if you're watching on Twitter or YouTube or anywhere else and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. I'm gonna watch this too real quick. Biology. Really, really, really good. Damn, why can't I fucking watch it in here? The mirror's cucking us. Damn, mirror's cucking us. Fuck my life. Try that. No. All right, let me put it on YouTube real quick. Hold on, stay tight. It's a good video. It's a good video. I don't know what happened. It was working before. The flippening is here. Apology. I think it's
And so now these two curves of the US and China have met, but it's not going to like continue at equality.
So this is GDP, US and Chinese economies 2010 to 2035. And it's basically circling that they meet in like 2028. Red's China, blue's US.
Forever. It's the flippening is here. China's number one in cars. They're number one in steel. They're number one in ships. They're number one in almost every physical category. They're number one militarily by a lot, depending on how you count. Hegseth, the defense secretary, has said that Chinese hypersonics can sink every US aircraft carrier in the first 20 minutes. The Raytheon CEO, one of the primes, has said that the US can't decouple from China. It's just too important, but it could decouple from Russia, which means you can't actually
It's crazy this has 4 likes, by the way.
fight China. The Pentagon published a study showing that the JDAM and Tomahawk missile, the American armaments, were actually the supplier. It was Chinese. The Secretary of the Navy under the Biden administration, Carlos Del Toro, said that one Chinese shipyard creates more ships than the entire U.S. Navy combined, and on and on. Economic defeat, where treasuries are being sold for, instead people are buying Chinese bonds, they're buying gold, they're buying digital gold. The U.S. military is weaker than the Chinese military. The American polity is internally divided. There's no such thing as America, only blue America, red America, and tech America. Just like there's no such thing as Korea. There's only North Korea, South Korea, and the Korean diaspora, right? Very much like that. So you have economic defeat, you have...
Yeah, so basically our entire military is reliant on China's ability to continue, or willingness, if you will, to continue supplying us with what we need to build out our military. And so again, I'm going to keep tying it back to AI, that us winning this becomes increasingly dire when you understand that we basically have no ability to win anything else. I didn't really realize this was where we currently sit. I didn't realize this is where we currently sit at all. And now, again, on the Adam side, one thing that I think where maybe doesn't come to mind, but then we think about, if you really think about this, think about our industrials on a topic like public transportation in America. Okay, look at this. China has these like supersonic trains that can go 300 and something miles per hour. Train maxing, walkable cities, pilled. This is their train build out in 2008 in China. And this is their train build out in 2020 in China. Okay, the blue are lines capable that can go 300 kilometers an hour. The green is 200 to 299 kilometers an hour. Those like planes. Okay, and it's the entire thing. It's the entire map. It's the entire map. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is what they have, 2022. Now think about America, industrials, and specifically public transportation. I live in New York City, okay? The subway hasn't improved in like 100 years. It's the same subway it was 50 years ago. It's the same subway it was 50 years ago. It's disgusting, okay? If you have to going on the subway is disgusting. It's dangerous. It barely works, and it's the exact same technology, skill, and build out that it was 50 years ago. Okay? Again, the United States has not made, from what I understand, the United States has not made a single improvement to the country on the Atom side. We've dominated bits. Okay? But bits are free now. This is a new thing. This is a new progression, my friends. Bits are free. Bits were not free before. Bits are free now. As of these models are so good. The problem with bits being free because these models are so good is China has equal models that are cheaper. Okay? These bits are free. And so us dominating bits for the last 30 years doesn't really mean much unless we could progress with the bottlenecks of everything else. Okay? Now, they don't have clavicular. They do not have clavicular, which is a very good counterpoint. This brings me to the next point. Okay? This brings me to the next fucking point, my friends, which is we have hard power and we have soft power. Okay. Not only are they almost equivalent in AI and dominating us in infrastructure, they also have a better economy. Okay. And so we have this GDP, gross domestic product by country, PPP. Okay. And this chart is basically the raw GDP if you take out double spending, if you will. So like American GDP, you get a healthcare bill for $200K, but insurance covers 90% of it, and we like double count it as the full amount. Okay. If you remove all double counting and all this like weird inflation-esque statistics to pump US GDP growth, this is what it actually looks like. In trillions. China 43 trillion, America 31 trillion. Okay, they're prospering. And now what I really didn't realize, again, this is a lot of just like I didn't realize, is that I didn't realize how many companies and the biggest companies in the world China's responsible for. Okay, first and foremost, they win electric cars. They dominate electric cars. Okay, this is BYD overtaking Tesla as the world's largest EV brand by a lot. Pure electric vehicle sales. Tesla sold 1.6 million vehicles in 2025, and BYD sold 2.3 million, brother. So almost like damn near double, 50% more. Bro, they sold 50% more. Here's a video. Here's a video. I didn't even. Did you know? Chat, be honest. Be honest. Did you know what BYD was? Yes or no? Be honest. Don't lie to me. Did you know what BYD was before this?
All right, so there are a lot of hot takes in the tech world, and I see a lot of them in the comments section and in articles all the time, and one of the most common ones is, yo, have you seen these Chinese electric cars? If they ever came to the US, they would cook everything that we have here. They are too good, they have too much tech, and they are too cheap to not dominate everything. And so I figured I should get my hands on one and actually figure out if that's true or not. And yeah, you could say there's a little something to it.
Let's watch a minute of it. It even looks like a Tesla, bro.
There are so many crazy things I've learned about this car while I've been testing it, but let's just start with the basics. This car here I've been driving for the last 2 weeks is called the Xiaomi SU7. Yeah, that Xiaomi. So the Xiaomi that makes...
Can you drive this in the US? Would you get pulled over for this?
basically everything in China: tablets, headphones, robot vacuums, printers, appliances, and smartphones. And they even refer to the trims of this car as the SU7, SU7 Pro, SU7 Max, and SU7 Ultra. So this here is the SU7 Max, and this retails for about 299,000 Chinese yuan, which actually converts to about $42,000 US, which is gonna be a lot more impressive in about 5 minutes. So base specs: this is a fully electric 4-door sedan, 101 kilowatt-hour battery, dual motor, all-wheel drive, 673 horsepower, and 320 miles of range. Already, those are specs on paper on the level of
600 horsepower, 670 horsepower is insane.
Like a Tesla Model 3 Performance, which today costs like $55,000. Now, looking around the outside of this car, it looks like a pretty reasonable car. I think a lot of people would agree. But that's the thing. This is Xiaomi we're talking about making this car. And they're not a car company, which means they don't have any previous designs that they have to pay homage to, or any traditional lines and shapes that they have to keep around, which means a little bit less prestige.
42K is not bad.
But also,
42K is not bad.
More freedom, because I see them taking stuff from all over the rest of the car industry in this car. Like these headlights, for example. That is very much a McLaren-looking headlight. And they have Lotus lines on the hood here. And then as you get back, even more.
I want to see him drive.
It looks like a Porsche Taycan from the side profile, if I'm not crazy. It has these thin bezels like the Polestar, and then a thicker taillight across the back, which kind of looks maybe like a Lincoln or some others. And then there's a fully active wing on the back that kind of looks like a Mercedes-AMG GT. All of these are more expensive cars from more premium brands. And so they kind of meld them all together into one car with this kind of unique purple color that honestly I think looks pretty good. And we're not even on the inside yet.
Damn, I would try.
So the inside.
Call me anti-American. I would drive
really
it. I would drive it.
This is a nice car, not just in like a nice with an asterisk type of way, like, oh, this is nice for a $45,000 car, or oh, this is nice for a car I've never heard of. No, this is a nice car. It's got this pretty clean design all around the interior. Again, bringing in inspiration and premium features from a bunch of different places. Like these are comfortable, heated, and ventilated leather seats.
This heated steering wheel looks and feels a lot like a Porsche steering
wheel
wheel to me, with the shape and the simplicity and just a few buttons with stalks at the bottom. There's a big, bright, and automatically aligning HUD in front of me, right in front of the road at all times. And that's right above a small display behind the steering wheel, and then a 16-inch primary display in the center. And then there's storage everywhere. There's here in the middle between the front seats, where they've also cleverly stored a flashlight powered by the car's battery, kind of like Rivian. And believe it or not, a tasteful amount of real hardware controls here. There's a power on-off
Man, get ready to learn fucking Mandarin, buddy.
button right here. There's temperature controls up and down, fan speed up and down at my fingertips. You can also put the wing up or down at the back of the car. And there's a lift height because there is, of course, an adjustable air suspension. Up at the top, there's a pair of air-cooled 50-watt wireless chargers because, you know, if you got a shower, the headliner is all Alcantara everywhere in the colors of the album art of the song that's playing because it's connected
I want
to the car.
this so bad, he says.
Knows that type of thing. And that's not even mentioning the backseat experience of this car, which is also really nice. Those
Wait, just drive it, just drive it, just drive it, just drive it.
the software being
Here we go.
is my favorite software feature I've seen in a car in a while. So the software being awesome is the one thing, but the second awesome thing is the modules. Because this is a modular interior. Because hidden around this car are a bunch of various mounting points.
Please drive it. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Drive it, 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 drive it. Drive it, drive it, drive it.
So this is obviously a standard issue 4-door electric car, right? But the superpower of electric cars is that they can have multiple personalities. That's what makes these interesting. So in its default mode, which is comfort mode, it's pretty nice, actually. It rides super soft. It's chill. The air suspension is actually pretty incredible.
Dude, it looks good. If I saw this in the street, I would say, what is
absorbing
that?
all these bumps.
I would ask what this was if I saw it.
As the Lucids that I've driven, like this is really quite good. And it never gets too unsettled. The accelerator pedal, it's responsive enough. It's not like super twitchy and aggressive. It's obviously the comfort mode, so you feel like you have all the power you need, but it rolls it on nicely and eases off when you remove your foot from the pedal. And what a lot of other EVs don't have is this really high degree of customization over exactly how that feels. Like there's a full-on power delivery slider. You can move it to be a fully rear-wheel drive vehicle all the way to a fully front-wheel drive vehicle. And then the lift-off regen is nice and secure and assuring. You never have to take the car out of this mode if you never wanted to. This is a very reasonable thing to expect from a 4-door electric car. But there's also a drive mode knob down here. If I just turn it one notch to the right, everything turns red. The graphics in front of me change. I get my estimated range and my speed and how much power I'm using. And then I rotate it again, and it's Sport Plus mode. And there's a G-force meter now. And now all of a sudden, the accelerator pedal is way more responsive and twitchy. And everything firms up. And the steering is definitely heavier. So this feels much more like a fun type of drive. And it's not quite on the max out level. Like, I know people want to compare this to Porsche Taycan. This is not.
That's the button you click when you're approaching a school zone.
Porsche Taycan levels of sporty, but it's like one notch below that, which is still really good. It's got all the EV party tricks, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, launch control, and even a little boost button where if you press the drive mode button, you get this crazy graphic on the screen, and then that's all of your power, which is sick. So obviously it does great in a straight line with 600 plus horsepower, but it kind of handles on the same level of Model 3 Performance or BMW i4. This is a really capable car. It's kind of like a wolf in sheep's.
0 to 60 in under 3 seconds and 672 horsepower for 40K. And now I have just been notified that BYD is a phone company. Is this true? Oh, how do I pronounce that? Xiaomi. The world's third largest smartphone manufacturer, Xiaomi. The world's third largest smartphone manufacturer, Xiaomi, made a $40,000 electric car that goes 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds and has 672 horsepower. Huh? I'm watching on a Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Huh? I'm not even trolling. I did not know that, bro. The world's third largest phone manufacturer. Wait, it's a Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. Wow. I think it's sick, bro. Fuck, man. I'm getting fucking. Get out your US bubble, buddy. What do you think I'm doing, man? Okay. So. That's cars. Xiaomi BYD is bigger than Tesla. Wait, yeah, they're on the same edition as iPhone. They're just jocking our whole shit. And then I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I've never heard of this before. Mixu. I've never heard of Mixu before. Okay, but it apparently is bigger than McDonald's and Starbucks. It's bigger than McDonald's and Starbucks. Both. And this is their little guy. Is it a polar bear? Is it a snowman? Is it a chicken? I don't really know. It's bigger than McDonald's, bro. What are you talking about? What do you mean it's bigger than McDonald's? What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that? It's a snowman or a chicken? I mean, what is that? Snow King Mixu. Okay. Largest restaurant chain by store count. Okay. It has 53,000 locations. McDonald's has 42,000. It's like significantly bigger. Like not casually bigger. I'm talking significantly bigger. Okay. And it's, yeah. I mean, here's something for you too. Brands you didn't know were owned by China. Riot Games, Supercell. The entire world doom scrolls TikTok. When they get off TikTok, they hop on Clash Royale. It's just and then when they're done with Clash Royale, they hop on Fortnite. And then when they're done playing Fortnite, they go in their fridge with GE appliances and they get a pizza out of the fridge that they ordered at Mixu. And when they're done with that, they go on their Motorola phone and they change into their Shein clothes. And then they get into their, was it Lotus car, and their mom gets in their Volvo. This is crazy. Riot Games, bro? Oh, Riot isn't Epic. Still, this is crazy. Shein, everybody knew Shein was Chinese. I got like 3 Artex. I don't even know how to pronounce that. 3 Artex jackets and didn't even know. Crazy. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe I'm just like fully topped out. Arc'teryx. Maybe I'm just fully tapped out. But winning the industrial side is one thing, okay? Being able to produce phones and cars and fast food restaurants is one thing. That's another thing. I respect that, okay? I respect that. That is like fine. You've done it well. You built the, you lost the internet, but because you lost the internet, you've dominated in physical products. That's fine. But just because you dominate in physical products does not mean you will ever be able to dominate in culture. US will forever have the cultural edge against China. US is culture. We're streetwear. We're basketball. We're the NBA. We're the NFL. You will never be able to beat us in culture. We're Hollywood. We're the pinnacle of movies and film and sports. And I fucking wish that was true, because welcome to the soft power section where we are losing culture, my friend. We are losing culture, okay? The hottest trend in the world right now is China maxing, okay? You met me at a very Chinese time in my life, okay? I went on a date last week and I didn't know what to say. She asked me why I was being so weird, and I said, You met me at a very Chinese time in my life and she let me hit, bro. Like, Dot7, thank you for the gifted, okay? It is the hottest trend on TikTok right now. I see this everywhere. It's all you have to say, okay? Everywhere you look, becoming Chinese, also known as China maxing, being a Chinese baddie, hashtag I want to be Chinese, or being in a very Chinese time in one's life. What does that even mean? I said it and I didn't even know what I had just said, bro. How about this? Speed. I show Speed, the biggest influencer in the world, from Bloomberg Opinion. Quote, the becoming Chinese meme is a flex of soft power. What? I'm sitting here thinking to myself, there's absolutely no scenario in which America doesn't win culture. And then I'm like, wait, China owns fucking TikTok. Oh, you forget that? China owns TikTok. Like, only the most popular social media app ever that's being used by the entire world. I know they don't own it anymore, but they've already infiltrated completely. It was owned for long enough. The damage has been done. Okay? I mean, I say damage. I don't mean harm by that comment. Okay? I just want to make it very clear. I don't mean harm by that comment. I didn't mean damage. I meant impact. I said damage. I meant impact. I did not. Stop. I did not mean harm by that. I did not mean harm by that. I meant impact. Stop. I did not mean damage. I meant impact. I meant impact. I meant impact. I meant impact. And China owns TikTok, and the American trend right now is being Chinese. It's like the trend. So it's like, okay, they're equal in AI. They have dominance on manufacturing. They've dominated industrials. They have bigger companies that make better products than us, and now they are like infiltrated our... I don't mean infiltrated in a negative connotation, okay? I mean have gained significant market share on culture. I don't mean Stop. I don't mean infiltrated. Stop. Okay? Stop. And, you know, one thing... It's okay, the rise of Chinese memes. I mean, this is the biggest meme on fucking Twitter right now, right? How many times have you seen this meme? Chat showing on screen. Have you seen this meme before? Yes or no? Have you seen a meme before? Yes or no? Everyone's saying no. Rip social score. -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -10, -100. This I don't even know what that is. Okay, we'll get to Chinese baddies in a second. But here's another thing. It's like, okay. The other thing, oh, this is G and SF. Oh, it's so tough. Another thing about what's happening in the Chinese culture is not only does America want to be China and China Max, but at the same time, the Chinese market is so massive, I think 1.3 billion people, that America is making products for the Chinese market. And so America is making movies, making films, making television shows, and making products, designing products, cultural trends on the film creative side that is meant to appeal to the Chinese market. This is like a forever trend. It's so massive. There's so much money there. Study like early NBA and how big Tracy McGrady was out there and how big Kobe was out there. It's like the market is so massive. The upside is so ridiculous that the US based culture is making a product that is specifically targeted towards the Chinese market. And so whether it's not even like it's China is making products that is like changing how Americans think. It's like Americans doing it to Americans for the Chinese because their market is so huge. And I mean, you've seen it during the Olympics. It's like, bro, Chinese baddies is like the thing. I mean, this is like the trend. This is all any American man wants right now is a Chinese baddie. I mean, this is like taking over. I mean, how many times have you seen this picture, bro? Also, isn't she dating Justin Sun? Is that true? She's dating Justin's son, right? Am I Justin's son dating Eileen Gu. Crypto's Epstein. Gee, dude. Please cut that out. Please cut that out. It was a headline. It's Yahoo Finance. It's Yahoo fucking Finance. It's Yahoo Bro, it's Yahoo Finance. It's Yahoo Finance. It's Yahoo Finance. It's Yahoo Finance. Stop. Cut that shit out. Please cut that out. Yeah, it's Chinese baddies is like the whole trend. The whole trend. You met me at a very Chinese part of my life, and yeah, it's like a global trend. It's a global trend, and it is. I mean, bro, when it reaches the baddies and the Olympics on the biggest stage, there's no going back. You don't get to go back. You don't get to undo this trend. This is a forever world trend. Okay. I mean, look at this, American icons. I mean, bro, the NBA is like iconic in China. James Harden is like royal. James Harden is royalty out there. Kobe back in. I mean, look at this shit. Victor Wembanyama. Look at this. France icon, now American icon, is also Chinese icon, Victor Wembanyama. I mean, Kanye was on it. And you know what's fucked is I would rock this hoodie. I don't know what it says, so if it says something, I meant from a stylistic perspective. I don't know what it says. But, I mean, this is Kanye West. This is an American icon. Well, icon. Look. This is a very famous person in America. Okay? Who I believe is American. And his name is Kanye West. And he's got that shit on. He's put that shit on. And I mean, look at this. Chinese tourism, bro. Who knew this? Chinese tourism is higher than pre-COVID. And by the way, I would go. You ever seen the Great Wall of China in person? That shit would probably make a grown man cry. I would go. I would go on a date to the Great Wall of China. I would go. I would visit. I mean, I've been everywhere in America. There's not many places left to go. I lived in California. I live in New York. I don't want to go back to Miami. It's like there's nowhere else to really go. And so, yeah, I would go to the Great Wall of China. I would be down to visit. 100% I would do it. 100,000% I would do it. Tourism in China, mainland China, is higher than pre-COVID levels. It's up only. I mean, that's a pretty legitimate metric. I mean, look at this shit. What the fuck city is this in America? None. What American city looks like this? What American city looks like this? Looks like what is this? What American city looks like this? Chicago? Like what? Vegas? Give me a fucking break. Vegas is satanic. I mean, look at this. I mean, I've been to like, we don't got anything equivalent to that in America. I've been to Chinatown. It does not look like that. Okay. Also, someone made a really good point. Speed went to China, and I think he did more positive PR for China and anything they've got. I mean,
we are here in Shenzhen, China. No, first stop in Shenzhen, China. Turn me up, boys. Oh yeah, chat. Y'all gotta look at the fit though, y'all. Chat, is the fit fire?
Okay, can I have worn this? I was told not to wear something like this.
What Shenzhen's about?
I was told not to do something like that.
Look at this. I'm talking about dancing damn core. I love you. Talking about this where they be making this stuff at. This is what I'm talking about.
The fuck is this?
Dancing damn core.
I love you. You're my idol. This is your ID card. Everything's about you.
Yo, wait. Yes.
Maybe you are too happy.
Wait. We're sinking. Oh God, we're sinking.
Stop.
That's 1 year old?
Stop.
That looks like a puppy.
Stop.
Yeah, we're sinking. Oh God, we're sinking. We're sinking. We're sinking, right? Oh my God, are we sinking? Oh my God, we're sinking. Oh, wait. Oh God, we're sinking. Oh God, we're sinking. Oh God, we're sinking. Wait, we're sinking. Oh God. Wait, deadass.
Maybe you are too heavy.
Wait, deadass. Wait, deadass. We're sinking. Wait, deadass. What is going on?
Open the top just to make sure we can get out.
No, I'm scared, bro. See, bro, I knew this wasn't a good idea, bro. I knew this wasn't a good idea, bro. No, for real. Let's go. Go to the shore. Go to the shore. We're heavy. That's what I said. There's too many people in here, bro. I don't want to listen. Go to the shore. We're sinking, dude. Bro, I'm scared. Bro, I'm about to go up this.
Dog.
Oh, my days.
They got boat cars? They don't even do this in Hollywood movies.
My days. Oh, my days. Bro, go to the shore, dude. Let's go. I'm not playing.
Bro, they got boat cars?
Like, I'm serious. Please. What did you... And this car's not sinking. It's not sinking.
That car is only 100K stop. How much is Chinese boat car? 150 bands? A Range Rover that can swim? They got G-Wagons that can swim for 150? That guy got a 4-month delay. Chat, did you know about this? The boat cars? What the fuck?
Oh, got it, bro.
Wait, it has how much horsepower? 1,200 horsepower? They got 1,200 horsepower G-Wagons that can swim. 1,200 horsepower G-Wagons that can swim. How much horsepower? 26 G-Wagon. 579. For how much? For $230,000. Give me a fucking break. Brother. What?
Oh my God, we just did that. Let me get off. 14 years old.
Bro, do you understand how much? Hold on. How much horsepower Ferrari SF90? Bro, 986? Wait, what? What? It's got more horsepower than an SF90. It's bigger than a G-Wagon and it can swim. Huh? Dude, stop. What? By the way, if you knew they had swim cars, you did not know that was a thing. You did not know that was a thing. You did not know it was faster than an SF90. What the fuck are you talking about? It's got more horse. Okay, it's not faster. It's got more horsepower than an SF90. Are you fucking out of your fucking mind? For an SF90, this is not McLaren. Make an IG model, run my errands. What are we talking about right now? They can, brother, it can swim. An SF90 swim? Hold on. Holy American. You guys did not... Stop capping, bro. You did not know about this shit.
Why is this like this? Man, here?
Yeah.
What phone is it? What phone?
Yeah, like this one.
It's so thin.
Let me show you how to fold it.
You can fold it?
Yeah, like this one. So,
yo, what the hell? You sure this is it?
Yeah.
Best camera on any phone?
Xiaomi.
How much it costs? In USD?
20,000 Chinese yuan.
No, USD.
USD maybe 3,000.
3,000?
Yeah.
For a phone?
Around 3,000.
That's a damn gaming PC.
Because its technology is really high. Full screen.
Oh. Yo. That's clear. That's clear though. Hold on. Okay. $3,000 phone is crazy. It's a whole gaming.
It says technology really high.
See, for a phone is crazy. I mean,
what is that?
oh my God, here we go.
Oh, they gave him the phone?
The PC phone.
The PC phone.
Hey. Do I gotta connect to a network?
For a guy who's chronically online, you sure don't know much about the internet. Seriously. Bro, imagine if I don't know about this, how few people in America know about this. Like what? What percentage of America do you think know about the 1,200 horsepower 4-ton G-Wagon that can swim for cheaper? What, if I don't know, what percent of America knows about that? Not much, bro. Give me a fucking break.
What the are you? First American I met since I came here.
It's my pleasure, bro.
Who is that?
We're big fans.
Bill
My
Ackman?
team, huge fans of yours for 3 years. All right. This is me 19 years ago. You can see how St. John has grown. You wouldn't even recognize.
Damn, you've been so
Top Gun. Field and real quick
for need. I got Emerald. I got Italy different. Ain't no way. Yo, it actually worked. Fuck AMC. Oh my God, now that's
They
crazy.
just drone deliver him KFC, bro.
This one? Let me see. Let me see it. Let me see it. Come on. Let me see it. Ain't no way it really works. Ain't no way it really works. 15 seconds? Oh. Oh my God.
It's gone.
It's gone? Bye bye. Oh, here we go.
No, that's not about to fly back.
I got my food. I got my KFC in the drone. Yo, it actually worked.
Like 5,000 people. Ah!
It actually worked.
What's with the China glaze today? Did you not see the presentation I just went through? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh my God. Holy John Wick. You alright? What the doing in China? I'm Chinese, bro. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Goddamn.
Is that bionic arm?
Hold it. John Wick. You doing this in China?
Got a bionic arm?
John Wick. You alright? What the doing in China? I'm Chinese, bro. Yeah, Keanu
What the
Reeves.
fuck?
Goddamn. Keanu Reeves. Ain't no. China. What the?
No.
This is a China robot. Let's go. Let's go. What the? Oh no! It's really dancing. It's really dancing. It's really dancing. Oh no, that's when. Oh. You okay? You okay?
Was that brother holding an axe, bro? Fuck my
You
life.
okay? Oh, look at that. First bit figure. Beam. Just
Stop.
holy.
All right. I mean, that was insane. That brother's on a flying taxi, and I just got on the subway this morning, and there was 17 rats, and the thing was built in 1950, and they haven't updated it since. That brother's on a flying taxi, okay? Subway goes 50 miles an hour, and that shit doesn't work. They got rusted poles. They haven't updated it since 1960, bro. I was on the subway. The thing hasn't been updated since 1960, bro. I mean, I'm kicking comparisons to Thief of Joy, not when your joy should be thieved. That's like me going to the gym and seeing some dude who's like ripping 315 on bench and being like, oh, I can't put up a plate, but comparisons to Thief of Joy. Like, no, that should steal your joy. If you see someone 10 times stronger than you at the gym, you should have your joy taken away. Like, respectfully, you don't deserve your joy if you can't put up a plate and there's a guy next to you putting up 315. Like, you don't deserve that joy. It's not yours. It was just your turn with that joy, okay? It was just your turn with that joy before that guy benching 315 walked in the gym. It was your turn, okay? It's not yours. It's your turn. And chat, that, my friends, is why I believe, one, we should legitimately be hyper aware of all tensions between China and the US because we are in a much more peculiar predicament than one might pose if you just read headlines and watched our president speak. And two, this is why, for all intensive purposes, we are in quite literally a Cold War race against China to reach super intelligence first. Okay, we are in an artificial intelligence war against China. Okay, and the US losing the AI race against China is quite literally the nail in the coffin that might not be recoverable if we lose. And so what is going to happen is we are not going to lose. They are going to throw every single dollar we possibly can behind ensuring this doesn't happen. That means the United States is going to categorize and look at AI as a military proxy, as part of the United States military, which has the biggest military budget in the world of any country. And it is going to be subsidized. It is going to be heavily funded. And the United States is going to do everything in our fucking power to make sure we win this AI race. Okay? And the reason this is important, the reason I just spent 2 fucking hours doing this segment is because this is going to determine if the markets go up, if they go down, what goes up and what goes down. Okay? This war right here, war, by the way, war. I'm using the word war on purpose. War. It's a war. The AI race is a war. It's not a friendly one either. No one is friendly on this war. It's not friendly. Okay? It's not friendly. This is a race. It is a war, and it's a dirty one. It's a grimy one. And I think if all other narratives fail, AI being a national security threat and risk for the United States is the ultimate justification as to why the US just can't slow down. We can't slow down. Okay? And as long as each new model release in the US is beating the benchmarks, and as long as China is right on our hip, we basically have no choice but to throw infinite money at compute, data center build-outs, CapEx spend, and making this a national priority. And so that bodes really well for us speculators. That makes us have ample opportunity to win in a lot of spots. Okay, that's good for us as speculators. And so my biggest question now is, what's the trade? What's the trade? What is the trade, my friends? And I think there's like 3 different ways to look at this trade. Okay, there's 3 different ways to look at this trade. This is probably gonna be our mega trend trade. I'm gonna put a whiteboard in the background, and it's gonna say like all of our running theses. Our main thesis is that AI is a national security risk, US versus China. That's our like undisputable thesis. Okay. There's probably like 3 trades here, and we're going to spend every stream talking about more of them. Okay. Number one is you could buy Chinese stocks. That's number one. But the problem with buying Chinese stocks is they're really, from what I understand, they're almost impossible to invest in because China does these like state-owned, what do they call them? State-owned companies. And if these things get big enough, they basically just get like engulfed into the CCP, and then you get destroyed as an investor. And so everything that I've read about the Chinese stock market is not very easy to invest in Chinese stocks. Okay. So that's like maybe like the layer 1 of abstraction type of trade. But it's not very clear. Okay. Number 2 is a trade that isn't in the markets, but we can move. We can move to Singapore, is what Tulip King suggested to me. Now, I'm American as fuck. Okay? I'm American as fuck, and I can never leave America. I'm not leaving America. I just like can't leave America. And so that's not on the table for me. I'm not leaving America. Number 3, it starts to get like a little bit freaky, and we can like flush some of these out. It's like 1, U.S. defense. I really like. I really like the Palantir trade. I've been talking about Palantir a lot. I want to do a longer segment on Palantir, but U.S. defense that also is an AI proxy. Palantir makes a lot of sense. Now it does trade at 200 PE, and they don't make any money, but all the money they make is from government contracts, and the government is spending more money in the military, and they're spending more money on AI. And so Palantir as a proxy makes a lot of sense. So like long U.S. defense is one that makes a lot of sense. I would love Andrew if we could get exposure. Long rare earth metals is a really good one, right? Because you look at this chart and we see this, which is China's critical mineral control dominance. And you saw what could happen when there is a squeeze on demand on something like silver, right? You pump 200% in a month. And so anything energy, compute, bottleneck, I think goes up only forever. Okay? Anything that has to do with energy, I think goes up. It feels like from what I'm learning and what we're learning as a duo goes up only forever. Another one is long gold as a proxy for atoms, as a proxy for physical goods, as a proxy for scarce rare earth. I still stand by long Bitcoin as a mega trend. It's one that I really like. I still stand by long Bitcoin as a mega trend I really like. And then the other one we've been playing with a lot is Apple. Apple is a really fun one. Apple is a really fun one, which I will talk about Apple in a minute, right after this. But to conclude this segment and to end our YouTube video, by the way, everybody say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. To conclude this video and to just close out YouTube is our ultimate thesis for the next decade is that we are in a global arms race to win intelligence. Nothing else matters. Very few things matter because we're so far behind on the industrial build out that if we lose intelligence, we're fucked. This is a national security risk. David Sachs is lying. They are going to backstop OpenAI and all of these artificial intelligence companies. And it's probably going to do really good for our backs. I'm going to be honest. So that, my friends, is the China maxing segment. I felt like there was nothing more important for me to come to you today with and explain to you, present to you, because now we're on the same page and now we fucking know what's going on. I am going to get off real quick because I've gone 90 minutes. I didn't get off once. And take a break real quick. I need a water and a protein bar and I'll come back. What did you think about our segment? We haven't done a mirror board in a while. W or L segment. Did you like that? Was that worth your time? Was that worth the hour you just spent on it? Yes or no? All right, I'll be back in 30 seconds. I'm eating protein bar and shit. Hey! This song is why the U.S. is failing is so fucking funny. That was good. That was really good. Oh, really good. All right. I got a new segment for you guys. That was fun. By the way, I think a lot of what I've been trying to do on stream, even for myself, is to like build out our. Wait, what? It's to like build out our like ball knowledge across. Like we gotta really understand what we're playing with here. You know, we gotta really understand. The scene that we're working with here. We gotta really understand what's going on, you know? So that's what today was. Is that Feastable? Stop it, bro. Huh. I'm a streamer, bro. There's a Built Bar, bro. I'm not beatable. All right. A protein bar has 3 grams of sugar. 3 grams of sugar. 17 grams of protein. Big time shit. Hold up. If you watch it on Twitter, and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. All right. I love how guys come in the chat and they're like, oh, your protein bar has like this ingredient, it's bad for you, and they're like doing bag on the weekend. Like, bro, suck my out. Like, fuck you, bro. Bro's doing blow, talking about, oh, your protein bar has like artificial sweetener in it. Like, give me a fucking break, bro. All right. Let's go. Let's go. It's like, oh, Diet Coke is bad for you. Like, here's some fucking Molly. It's like, bro, give me a fucking break. All right. How's Japan doing? Should we do a Japan matching stream? I really don't want to watch this video, but we have to do it. We have to do it. Okay, we have to do it. And the video is the creator of OpenClaw, Peter Steinberger, who is now the most famous. Okay, let me restart. The creator of OpenClaw, Peter Steinberger, who is now the hottest AI developer in the world, who just got acquired by OpenAI, recently went on the Lex Fridman podcast. And on the Lex Fridman podcast, he was asked about crypto, which he has been very vocal about not really liking. And his answer is pretty brutal. Let's watch it.
They're not just good at harassment, they're also really good at using scripts and tools. And I tell you, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. It's incredible. I underestimated those people. Honestly, I was that close of just deleting it.
Can we comment on the fact that you're increasingly attacked, followed by crypto folks, which I think you mentioned somewhere that means the name
I have a lot of,
change had to be because they're trying to snipe, they're trying to steal. And so you had to be the name. I mean, from an engineering perspective, it's just fascinating. You had to make the name change atomic. Make sure it's changed everywhere at once.
Yeah, I failed very hard at that.
You did.
I underestimated those people. It's a very interesting subculture. Like, everything circles around. I probably get a lot wrong and we probably get hate for that if you say that, but there's like Bags app and then they tokenize everything. And they did the same back with Vibe Tunnel, but to a much smaller degree. It was not that annoying. But on this project, they've been swarming me. it's like every half an hour someone came into Discord and spammed it, and we had to block it. We have like server rules, and one of the rules is no mentioning of butter for obvious reasons, and one was no talk about finance stuff for crypto, because I'm just not interested in that, and this is a space about the project and not about some finance stuff. But yeah, they came in and spammed, and annoying. And on Twitter, they would ping me all the time. My notification feed was unusable. I could barely see actual people talking about the stuff because it was like swarms. And everybody sent me hashes. And they all try me to claim the fees. Like, we helping the project claim the fees. No, you're actually harming the project. You're like disrupting my work.
BBX is
And
gifted.
I'm not interested in any fees. First of all, I'm financially comfortable. Second of all,
Claim the fucking fees, bro.
I don't want to support that because it's so far the worst form of online harassment that I've experienced.
Yeah, there's a lot of toxicity in the crypto world. It's sad because the technology of cryptocurrency is fascinating, powerful, and maybe will define the future of money. But the actual community around that, there's so much toxicity, there's so much greed, there's so much trying to get a shortcut, to manipulate, to steal, to snipe, to game the system somehow to get money, all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's the human nature, I suppose, when you connect human nature with money and greed, and especially in the online world with anonymity and all that kind of stuff. But from the engineer perspective, it makes your life challenging. When Anthropic reaches out, you have to do a name change, and then there's like all these like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings armies of different kinds you have to be aware of.
There was no perfect name, and I didn't sleep for 2 nights. I was under high pressure. I was trying to get like a good set of domains, and not cheap, not easy, because in this state of the internet, you basically have to buy domains if you want to have a good set. And then another email came in that the lawyers are getting uneasy. Again, friendly, but also just adding more stress to my situation already. So at this point, I was just like, sorry, that's not a word, fuck it. And I just renamed it to Moltbot, because that was the set of domains I had. I was not really happy, but I thought it'll be fine. And I tell you, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. It's incredible. I thought I had mapped the space out and reserved the important things.
Can you give some details of the stuff that gone wrong? Because it's interesting from like an engineering perspective.
Well, the interesting stuff is that none of these services have a squatter protection. So I had 2 browser windows open. One was
I'm blaming crypto for a problem that any famous person would have, which is getting a fucking domain squatted. It's not a crypto problem.
Like an empty account.
It's not a crypto problem. Any famous person would.
Ready to be renamed to Cloudbot. And the other one, I renamed to Moltbot. So I pressed rename there. I pressed rename there. And in those 5 seconds, they stole the account name. Literally, the 5 seconds of dragging the mouse over there and pressing rename there was too long. Wow. Because those systems, I mean, you would expect that they have some protection or like an automatic forwarding, but there's nothing like that. And I didn't know that they're not just good at harassment, they're also really good at using scripts and tools. So yeah, so suddenly like the old account was...
Crypto's not just good at harassment, by the way. We do other things. We do other forms of harassment that isn't just verbal.
Promoting new tokens and serving malware. And I was like, okay, let's move over to GitHub. And I pressed rename on GitHub. And the GitHub renaming thing is slightly confusing. So I renamed my personal account. And in those, I guess it took me 30 seconds to realize my mistake. They sniped my account, serving malware from my account. So I was like, okay, let's at least do the NPM stuff. That takes like a minute to upload. They sniped the NPM package. Because I could reserve the account, but I didn't reserve the root package. So like everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Can I just ask a curious question? In that moment you're sitting there, like how shitty do you feel? That's a pretty helpless feeling, right?
Yeah, because all I wanted was
a fucking crypto problem.
Like having fun with that project and keep building.
All I wanted was to have fun, and the thing I sold for $1 billion in crypto like ruined my fun.
On it, and yet here I am like days into researching names, picking a name I didn't like, and having people that claim they helped me, making my life miserable in every possible way. And honestly, I was that close of just deleting it. I was like, I did show you the future, you build it. That was a big part of me. I got a lot of joy out of that idea.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. First and foremost, Peter Steinberger changed the world. He built one of the coolest technologies I've ever used. And I am eternally grateful for this guy. I use OpenClaw every single day. I love it. I think it's going to change the world. But, bro, give me a fucking break. I mean, give me a break. Look, give me a break. Okay. You were not going to delete the project because some people tried to get you to fucking claim some bags out fees. I mean, look, let's just go point after point. First and foremost, bro, getting a domain name sniped is not a crypto problem, okay? That is what any famous person that has any motion whatsoever has to go through when they change their name. There's the reason there's professional services that do this, okay? You think when Facebook changed their name to Meta, Mark Zuckerberg manually dragged his mouse to make sure they sniped the domain at the right time? No, bro, of course not. That's not a crypto problem. That's just an internet problem. That's how the internet works. Okay, robots are really good at the internet. They're really good at scraping things. They're really good at automating actions. They're really good at running scripts and automating things. That's not a crypto problem. Okay, it's not a crypto problem. It has nothing to do with crypto. This is just simply you have motion. People want to extract money from you. That's just what's going to happen. Okay, now on the Bags app, claim the fees take. Look, here's the deal. Crypto is the most open, raw, permissionless capital market that could ever exist. Okay? It's unruggable. It's unstoppable. It's the ultimate hotbed for anything to exist. Okay? And within the rawest form of basically human nature in capital markets, you get a barbell. You get two ends of the spectrum, okay? On one end of the spectrum, you get some of this unruggable as if you can't stop it. There's nothing, you can't ban crypto. All you need is an internet connection and you can play crypto. It's unruggable because it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. You can't stop crypto. I'm the one who sniped it. LOL, stop. Are you serious? Are you trolling or no? Are you trolling or no? It's really funny if that's true. It's the most unstoppable, brutal PvP nature of capital markets that could ever exist. It's like the United States. It's like capitalism on steroids. Capitalism with no rules. And so within that, you get a beautiful barbell. Okay, on one end of the spectrum, you get some of the most talented, visionary, brightest minds to ever live. Enter Vitalik Buterin. Okay, enter Vitalik Buterin. And Vitalik Buterin is like a 16-year-old kid that is addicted to World of Warcraft. And he gets a sword that's too powerful. World of Warcraft bans his account. And he says, I'm going to make an application layer that will allow, I'm going to create an internet that will allow this to never be able to happen again. And he builds Ethereum. He builds the fucking open, decentralized world computer and quite literally changes society forever. One of the most talented developer minds that will ever live. You get Vitalik Buterin, okay? And without crypto, you don't get Vitalik Buterin. Because if, you know, Satoshi Nakamoto doesn't create Bitcoin, write the Bitcoin white paper, and then, you know, we build Bitcoin with smart contracts on top, basically. We create smart contracts. This could never exist. And Vitalik would just be like a miserable fucking upset kid, okay? And so on one end of the spectrum, the most open, permissionless capital market that could ever exist allows Ethereum to be created. Great for the world. On the other end of the spectrum, crypto and this open permissionless capital market where there's all this money and excitement and emerging technology, you get the worst of the worst, darkest of the dark scammers. You get someone like Malone, right? Who comes here for no purpose other than to rug, cheat, scam, steal by any means necessary, okay? That's just the way the world works, okay? Crypto being incredible technology does not mean everybody in it is going to act earnestly and do good for the world, okay? What we're going to find out very quickly is that artificial intelligence community and ecosystem is going to go through a very similar transition, I would imagine, where you build this incredible tech like AI, okay? And you get someone so talented like a Sam Altman or a Dario from Anthropic that comes and they create large language models. And it's helped millions and eventually billions of people and will create economic prosperity and growth for the United States economy. And it will allow the nation to get bigger and better and tools to get bigger and better and more people to be more productive and create better outputs for the capital market we live in. On the other end of the spectrum, people are going to see huge money, emerging technology. Nobody knows what's what. And they're going to come and they're going to grift and they're going to extract and they're going to cheat and they're going to steal and they're going to use your data for malicious acts. And they're going to use they're going to do whatever they can to hurt you, to take your money and to fucking run away. That's just how the world works. Okay. And so look, I'm not saying crypto doesn't have a problem. Okay, crypto does have a problem. Crypto has a big problem. But I don't think the crypto problem is there's this deep secluded trencher community where people want to speculate on low cap assets. I think that's awesome. Genuinely. The fact that you could buy a token like Peanut at 100K and it could go to $2 billion on the back end of crazy attention, I think is one of the coolest financial innovations that's ever happened. I actually think the trenches are awesome. Okay. And is this mechanism wrong? Yeah, the mechanism's wrong. So you know what happens? When the mechanism's wrong over a long enough time frame and enough people show they don't want it, they don't go up anymore, and people move on from the mechanism. Okay, the mechanism dies. CC, NFTs. Enough people didn't want it. People stopped voting with their wallets. Brother, you vote with your wallet. You vote with your wallet. Okay, PMF was up. People were done with NFTs. We moved on. We were done with NFTs. We moved on to the next thing. Okay, people vote with their wallet, not with their words. You do not vote with your words. You vote with your wallet. And so I don't think crypto has a meme coin problem or a trencher problem or anything of this sorts. Crypto has a narrative and leader problem in direct response to this. And I do think there's a big gap in crypto, which is that we desperately need a leader. We need a leader. We need a leader really bad. This does hurt us. I think this hurts us. Crypto needs a leader very bad. And basically all of the most important people in crypto that have built these technologies that are the most valuable are weird, anonymous, not online. They're gone. The ones that were public scammed everybody. Sam Bankman-Fried. The ones that are still public, everybody thinks is scamming. And then the actual important ones are, I mean, look, with all due respect, Alon, huge fan. I mean, get on fucking All In podcast. I mean, what are we talking about? Get on the fucking All In podcast. What are we doing? Get on the fucking All In podcast. Take the PFP off, and let's fucking make this narrative look good for the world. I do think that we have a leader problem, and a lot of the smartest people in crypto have just left. They've left, and we're sort of like somewhere in between. Where like you look at crypto, you see Peter Steinberger go viral for just talking shit about crypto, and there's nobody to refute it. There's nobody to refute it, There's nobody to refute it. And I genuinely think that this matters. But look, it's not a mechanism problem. What we're going to see is that you can't kill crypto. You can't. It's inevitable because the technology is just superior. And we've spent less time talking about it the last couple weeks, the last couple days. But the technology is so superior that it's just inevitable. It's just superior. Superior to what exists in TradFi, and you can't fucking get rid of it because it's that good. And it's going to win despite itself. And it's going to win despite some of the most, viral and famous and clouded developers in the world trying to kill it every step of the way. Every government trying to kill it every step of the way. I mean, it is resilient. Crypto is resilient. I mean, we have made, how many times has China banned crypto? How many times did the SEC chairman in the United States try to kill crypto? How many famous people have come out and spoken out and said crypto's a scam and this shit's a joke? Every single one, every spot along the way. And by the way, we're not out of the woods. We're not out of the woods. But the reality situation is, like, it's not Finn Baggs' fault Peter Steinberger hates crypto. This is what you get when you get an open capital market, bro. It's like, look what proliferated the internet? What proliferated the internet? What was the first use case for the internet? The first use case of the internet was fucking porn and drugs. Porn and drugs. And then everyone's like, oh shit, the internet's cool. Can like watch porn on there and buy drugs. What proliferated Bitcoin? Porn and drugs. Oh shit. Like, I could use this stuff to like buy drugs. That's cool. Silk Road. You ever been in a legal, like a Stream East chat? You ever been in a Stream East chat? Do you see what it looks like when you fucking put a bunch of, 100,000 18-year-olds on the internet unregulated? Porn and drugs. Okay? Is streaming services bad because people want to talk about porn and drugs in the chat? No. Was the internet wrong because the first use case for it was porn? No. That's just what it is. It's how it works. And so yeah, crypto is like a lot of porn and drugs. But then it's just better. It's just better. It's a very simple equation. Like it's better. And so it's just gonna win. It's just gonna win. It doesn't matter how many times Peter Steinberger or any other person comes out and says crypto's retarded. It's funny because it actually just doesn't matter. And at some point, Peter Steinberger will be talking about crypto in a good way because he's like, oh my God, like, wow, my agent needed a wallet and I didn't want to give him my credit card, so I gave it a fucking phantom wallet. Porn and drugs. Porn and drugs starts everything. Every emerging technology, porn and drugs. What's the first use case for AI? Goonbots. What is it? Elon builds an all-seeing, all-powerful AI. What's the first thing he does with it? Annie, Goonbot. Oh shit, maybe I should try the chat feature now because the thing can fucking sext me. It's like, it's how the world works, bro. First use of AI was porn. That was the first use case for AI. Before you were chatting with it, you were trying to fuck it. Porn and drugs. It makes the world go around. Porn and drugs. I don't know. I think it's that simple. I really do. Like this video, I watch this video, I feel nothing. I feel nothing. It's a superior technology. It's going to win. And like, yeah, sorry, you sold for $1 billion and some retard on the Bags app tried to get you to claim the fees. But can you blame him? If you replied to that kid's tweet, he would have made $500,000. Can you blame him? Can you blame him? A one Peter Steinberger reply, and there's like millions of dollars of wealth created. Can you fucking blame him? Never before has it been possible we can make $1 million from a fucking tweet reply. Can you blame the kid that's like spamming your Discord? No. It's porn and drugs, brother. Porn and fucking drugs. So Peter Steinberger, I look forward to you coming around on this and when you eventually come on the stream, but delete the code. Give me a break. You just sold for $1 billion fucking dollars to OpenAI. I mean, give me a break, dude. You're fine, Peter. You're fine. You're gonna be fine, okay? You're gonna be fine. I'm sorry the Bagwork kids like upset you a little bit. I'm sorry they like had to ban a few people in Discord. Okay, you're gonna be fine. Okay, I had to ban a few as well. I ban a few in the chat. You're gonna be fine, Peter. You're gonna be fine. You're good. Okay, that's my take on Peter Steinberger. I've just come to the conclusion that there's no reason why overthink this shit. Why overthink it? Crypto's gonna win. Okay, crypto's gonna go a lot higher. Bitcoin's gonna go to $1 million. Every agent in the world will have a wallet, and they will fucking use crypto to transact, and it's gonna win. Why drive yourself insane on the day in, day out price action? The world is changing before our eyes, and we're fucking covering it every day. When the attention goes back to crypto, we'll talk about crypto all day. But for now, it's AI, which is just gonna further solidify why crypto is important. The proliferation of AI assumes crypto's importance. So that's what we're gonna do. Why stress yourself out about what Peter Steinberger said? Oh, this industry's a joke. The reality of the situation is crypto is one of the most important technologies that humans have ever created, and it's already been adopted. We've already won. Why drive yourself crazy over this? Who can? Oh, the industry's a piece of shit. No, bro. It's the porn and drugs part. Is the internet bad because people get killed on the internet and they film it, or they like film porn on the internet? God, I've said that word a lot. Is the internet like a bad place because there's beheadings on it? It's like, no. It's just like the porn and drugs part. That's all. So that's my take on Peter Steinberger. Also, someone trying to like call me out and say this is my fault, by the way. I like you, but at threadguy, I like you, but this is largely a function of the trencher culture you helped build. The most important thing you can do for the industry now is help change these norms for the positive. I don't know what trencher culture you are alluding that I helped build, but I mean, we just spent 2 hours on China. I don't. By the way, to assume a single person is responsible for the future of crypto is fundamentally misunderstanding what an open, permissionless, unstoppable capital market is. Like, it's not even worth a reply because it fundamentally like misattributes. That's like saying basically what you just said is the internet is a bad place because Pornhub exists. It's like, are you retarded? What? Like, actually think about what you just said. You just told me that the streaming industry is a bad place because Stream East exists and the public chat is racist. That's what you just said to me. What? That's what you just said to me. You just told me that Twitch is a bad place because Hassan Abi streams. Brother, open permissionless, globalist, borderless capital market, brother. That's the whole fucking point. This is why it's important, brother. That's what you're like missing what crypto is. You must be new here, brother. You're misattributing what crypto is. It's the whole fucking point. It's the whole fucking point. Bro, if Finn bags couldn't exist in crypto, why play here? If you can't experiment with, you can't do financial experiments, why? There's no reason for it to exist. You must be new here, brother. You must. You must. It's sad, man. It's sad. People forget why we're here, you know? You forget why we're here. In other news, this is cool. Dragonfly closes a $650 million fourth fund. They're one of the only VCs that's doing well, and it's impressive. You like to see this, man. Even in this market, some of our best just doubling down is really good to see, man. It is. It's really good to see. Dragonfly is Hasib, good friend of the stream, one of the best investors in crypto of all time. Genuinely one of the best investors of all time in crypto. And I have a lot of respect for him. Now, one of the last things I want to show you today is this. Do we even want to watch this? We will, fine. Dora. Honestly, I wanted to hate on it. I like wrote down some notes that I was gonna hate on it, but it was actually kind of cool. Is it live? It's just like kind of slop, bro. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like slop, dude. It just feels like slop, bro. Like the market cap, like Chinese baddie. That's so funny. Market cap's 2K though, with no volume. It has done $0 of volume. It's a no volume. $1.6K, 1K I'm logging. Bro, fuck, man. Just a no volume. They didn't even try, really. It looks kind of cool. Hot Guys AI Myth Quest. I don't really get the attention stuff, like the trend stuff. Now a positive note to counteract whatever we just looked at is Sonnet 4.6 launched today, which is the cheaper model from Anthropic. That's 2 frontier models in a month. Okay, the one thing that's very important for this AI trend to continue is every new model has to get better. Because if Anthropic launches, Sonnet 4.6 and it's better than 4.5, then the Chinese equivalent has to launch and it has to be better. And then we have to launch better and it has to launch better. And the whole thing just means more money, more funding. Let's watch it. Pretty sick. Also, Jackson Ray, probably Apple tomorrow. Look, the only thing that matters for all intents and purposes, one, you could use this for cheaper on your OpenClaw, but two is they need to continue releasing models fast, and every new model release has to beat benchmarks. Every new model has to get better. It's the Daniel Barrow thesis from like 3 months ago. As long as every model gets better, the other companies are forced to spend more, and then the other countries, i.e. China, is forced to spend more. And so as long as each model keeps getting better, requirements for compute keeps going up, CapEx keeps going up, more money spent, more money probably got backstopped by the government, higher this whole thing goes. Basically, we've hit the point, in my opinion, with 4.5, with Opus 4.5, that the tech is good enough where if it never got better, it would still get used every day. So any improvement that we make on 4.5 and 4.6 is just icing on the fucking cake, in my opinion. Any improvement we make on 4.6 is just icing on the cake, dude. And that means if they take a step function of growth from 4.6, it just gets crazy. Remember, we didn't talk about it that much today, but it's going to be a theme of what we talk about a lot, is that 100% of code is being written by AI from software engineers right now. Right now, 100%. Don't forget this. 100% of code is being written by software engineers. That's a lot. That's a big deal. That's new information. The market is not, I don't think the market's priced in on this. So that's where we're at with it. I felt like today was a very important stream because I don't know, I just keep seeing this like security race, arms race all over the place, and we needed to just like really establish what does that look like? Like, what is the arms race? What does that look like? And how significant is it? And after what we just learned today, I learned a lot of that. I mean, I learned most of that this morning that I shared with you on stream. I learned most of it this morning is that it is substantial. It is substantial, and it's a big fucking deal, and it's not going away, and the US is going to do everything in our fucking power to make sure we win. So that's today's stream. That's what we've discussed. Tomorrow, we're going to do a lot more What's the Trade. I have a bunch I want to talk about. I mainly want to talk about Apple. We might do a Bits to Atoms type of segment, but we're going to cover a lot. We're going to get into a lot. And the market was relatively slow today. Not that much happened, but today was an important stream. If you listen to this today, and if you've listened to this China stream and you did OpenClaw, you've used OpenClaw, you just have an edge in the world. You have a fucking edge. You have a fucking edge. Friday, I paid the guy $1,500. He's going to come set up OpenClaw for us with all configs, all security, everything. 5 p.m. on Friday. I paid the guy $1,500. He's going to come. He's going to set up OpenClaw for all the stragglers that haven't done it yet. Honest thoughts on the direction the stream is going. Like it, don't like it. What do you think? We did a solo yesterday, full solo today. We're going to do full solos the whole week. What did you think of today's stream? Do you feel like by watching the stream alone, you're fully tapped in with everything happening in the world? Yes or no? It's the only goal. My goal is you don't have to watch anything else. Show up for 2 hours and you're done for the week. You feel like you got that today? We need a Mando monthly. I agree. Bet. Say fucking less. Love it then. That's what we fucking do, baby. Every day I'm bringing you the best. No one else in the world is doing it like us. Oh, last thing. If you're new here, and I have a Telegram, I post slop in it. I post a lot of slop in it, but I'm fucking... By the way, you don't like the Telegram right now? Is it you turn notices off? Is it annoying? I post a lot of slop in it, but I think it's pretty fire. And I only share it to people that watch the stream. So that's the Telegram link if you want to join. If you want to tap, I'll throw it on YouTube too. I'll throw it on YouTube too, because why fucking not? I have notices off, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't blame you. It needs more racism. I like to keep it PG. But all right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. That's the stream. Look. We are entering a very... This is a time that we're gonna think about. We're just gonna think about this for a long time. We're gonna think about this for a long time. This era right now that's happening, it's a very unique time in the world, and we quite literally are at an arms race, man. Whether every white collar job gets replaced and what happens to the market, there's something bigger happening. It feels there's something bigger happening in the world, and it's fucking China versus US superpower race. And we, as in this stream, are at the fucking front lines, and it's awesome. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Pop into the Telegram if you got a Chinese baddie for me. Let me know. And oh, tap into my YouTube too if you love me. If you really love me. Watch, throw the YouTube videos on in the background. Help them do well. I think they're gonna bang soon. We're gonna go viral soon, and it's awesome. So I love you. I appreciate you. I'm out.